What's up, guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we're going to be looking at the British pound, US dollar, and also the British pound, Japanese yen. We're also going to be looking at or using the commitment of traders report. I've been using it for quite a while, but I think it's about time that I've added into my videos as well. I've also added the commitment of traders report to my website, and in the description I've put the link there so you can download it anytime. And I'm updating it on a weekly basis, so you can just every week go and download it, and you can just select any currency that you want to on that list, and you can look at it and use it as more confirmation when you place your trades. Due to an observance of a new federal holiday that was on Friday, the commitment of traders report didn't. The new data was not released this weekend. It only gets released on Monday. So the data we're using now is also going to be 2 weeks back. So, but once it gets updated on Monday, you can just download it from our site. Okay, let's get stuck into it. The British pound use US dollar on a monthly time frame. What we can see here, that I'm just going to draw this little area here. We can see that this is still a key area that the British pound has not been moving away from. So basically it was a support turned resistance, and it was tested once, tested now a second time. We can see before, it was in February, it was tested 4 months in a row. So this is almost like, this is now time to for the British pound to make a move if we look at history. So yes, you can see that this current month that we're in, just past halfway, you can see that there's a nice bearish candle that's forming. So let's see how this plays out for basically the rest of this month. On a weekly time frame, we can see as well that there's the first touch, and it comes back, and it went and retested this resistance zone once again. We can also see that there is a slight area of support, or a nice big area of support, to be honest, that the British pound is heading towards. So it will be interesting to see what happens in the next week, if the pound will come and retest this area. Will it bounce off it to the upside? Basically, will it be making a move like this, bounce off it and go and retest that again? Or is it just going to break through this area of support and then do a retest and bounce off? So, those are the possibilities that can happen. But in order for that to happen, we just need to keep an eye on the markets. Just want to take this one out here. So if we move to the daily time frame, okay, on a daily time frame, we can see that, I just want to take this big area because we are aware of that area now. We can see that market was ranging in this area here, meaning this is an area of consolidation, ranging in the market. So, and we can see that what the market did was, British pound, I think I did mention this in my previous analysis last week, and we can see that there was a huge move to the downside. So the British pound fell in strength to the downside. So basically, I just wanted to, let's take out our Fibonacci, because we are going to measure this area, because we're waiting for or wanting a retest to happen. Now, currently at the bottom here, we can see there's a nice area of support, and this is where the pound is basically stopped for last week. So this was an area it's bouncing off. So basically, if we have to measure, if next week comes and the British pound does a nice retest, take the Fibonacci from the high to the low, and we can see normally retest to a nice, either the 38.2 or the 50%. If it had to retest, I would imagine it doing it all the way to this nice area of resistance, which falls nicely in or on the 50% area. If it managed, or if it manages to break through and it comes down to our area over here, the minus 27, that is let's call it the take profit. If you are currently in the sell position still, if you're still holding those sell positions, this will be a nice, it's obviously a take profit area. And you can see this is also, sorry, let me just draw it like that. There we go. This is exactly falls nicely on this support area at the bottom. So as I mentioned, these are two scenarios. British pound may break through, comes and retests and carries on down to the to the downside, or it will just bounce off this area of support and basically head up high, or to this area of the 50%. So now let's look at the commitment of traders. So because like I said, we've got these two scenarios. So what does the big banks and those big guys do? Okay, so for the British pound, we can see that, like I said, this is the last it was updated on the 6th, so it is a couple of weeks old. Well, let's call it 2 weeks old. But you can see that there is definitely the longs have been less for that week. Also the shorts, but there's the change in longs is less than the change in short, meaning that the net positions are getting more, which means is more guys are putting their longs or more buys into the market. So that will drive the price up. So let's say on Monday that this net position increases. It is more than likely that the price will increase and the British pound will get stronger, and then it will start heading up and come and retest for the upside. If Monday comes, the report gets released and we see a big dip in this net position, meaning that the British pound will get weaker, it will mean that the pound will break this area of support currently, and it will go to the downside. So if we have to move on, and that's basically all for GBP USD. So let's move on to the British pound, Japanese yen. It is, if you have to look at it, it's almost it's moving similarly to the British pound US dollar. So you've got this area of resistance at the top here. I mean, this is now the second time it's been hitting that area. We had the first test of this resistance after the big resistance in Feb. Now this is the second one. You can see currently this month there's a big bearish candle, meaning that the British pound was weaker so far this month. So the price have gone down, sellers climbed into the market. If we have to let's move to the weekly time frame. On a weekly time frame, let's just make this a bit better. On a weekly time frame, you can see the British pound came up and made this nice move to the upside, retested this area very nicely, and it made its move to the downside. So to basically measure this retracement after this move or this impulse to the upside, we take our Fibonacci from the low to the high of the wick, and then we can see that currently the British pound is falling nicely, or it is basically tapping this area between the 50% and the 61%, and it also falls nicely on this support area, or basically resistant to support area. So now this is where it's getting interesting now, because there's now two scenarios again, same as with GU. So either price will go up or it will break this area and go down. But let's scroll to the daily time frame, then you can see better. Just want to take this Fibonacci out, and I'm just going to take this out. We know about that resistance at the top. So on the daily time frame, let's expand this, and as you can see, it moves in a very similar way, or it moved in a very similar way than GU. So basically what we find ourselves, or you can see this nice area of support and resistance, a key area. Let's just draw it better. There you go. So you can see that this area was a resistance, and eventually it broke, it turned support, and now again that area was broken again. So with this impulse to the downside, what we do is we take our Fibonacci from the high to the low, to 50% or the 0%, and you can also see that currently where the pound sits is on this area of support. And you can see it if you look to the left, you can see this area was a key area of resistance, and it started, let me just take this one out not to confuse you, and then it started getting a little bit of support, broke through resistance. So this area was tested a lot, and now again it was broken, and now again it's on that area of support, big area, key area. So what will the price do? So basically again we're sitting with this scenario of the pound basically bouncing off this key area, coming back to our, I would almost say not even the 50%. If it had to retrace up, I would actually just, that will be my area that it will retrace to, basically the 38.2. It falls nicely in play. It's a nice area of resistance currently. And so if this was the scenario, if comes Monday, Tuesday, and we see on a 4-hour time frame that this is the area of reversal, and the price will move up again, I will just buy up until this area here. And this is the area we're going to see sellers start climbing into the market again. And then scenario 2, obviously price will break down to this negative 27% fib. That is now our first take profit for those of you that's still holding the sell, and then it will come back, retest this area, and that is basically broken, and then it will go down to the, or fall to the downside. Now let's look at the commitment of traders. We know that for the British pound, that the net positions are increasing, so basically it will push the price up a bit. And let's just look at the Japanese yen. So on the Japanese yen, you can also see still, very negative or very little long positions, especially if you look back onto the beginning of the year where the net positions was like 69,000, or the long position 69,000. We're sitting with like 27,000 currently. Short positions, a lot more shorts in the market, but you can also see that the short positions have been getting less in the market. So and you can see the long positions also getting a little bit more. But if you look at the net positions overall, because there's more shorts got taken out, so basically what you can see is that the net position is getting smaller, which means is that slowly but surely the Japanese yen is getting stronger. And with that, if the Japanese yen is getting stronger, and especially against the British pound, that means that it will push the British pound down to the downside, because with a stronger Japanese yen versus the British pound, it will push the price down. If it was weaker, price would have gone up. So basically what I'm saying is we will definitely need to take a good eye or a good look on the market on this week. And especially the information, the data that comes out Monday. So go onto my website on Monday, download the data, and see what the pound looks like, and see what the Japanese yen looks like, to see if the net positions increased. If the net positions increased on the Japanese yen, we will more likely see price heading this route, basically. Let me take this out. So this is going to be a very interesting area here. There we go. So we will more likely see this scenario playing out for the Japanese yen. So it's going to be an interesting week again for these two pairs. Again, I keep saying it, use this commitment of traders report. I mean, it's just more confirmation for you guys. Again, it's in the link is in the description. Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Put a like to the video, comment in the comment section, subscribe to this channel, click that notification bell. There's some more analysis coming your way this weekend. And guys, I hope you're having a wonderful weekend so far. And yeah, we'll be seeing you in the next one. Happy trading, guys.